The Blizzard devs have just leaked us a few different things that are coming down the road for Overwatch 2 Season 3. They have given us this information through two different methods, one being the developer blog post, which is seen right here, and one being the grouped up podcast, which is hosted by another content creator named SVB. And they've gone over some pretty good things going forward. We're going to start with the bit of game balance that we've gotten more clarification on. So Ramattra has been a huge talking point right now as a character that is inherently problematic for the game. As we all know, his ultimate can last forever, and it's really difficult to kill a Ramattra when he's just holding his blot down and getting healed. There are even clips out there of Ramatras winning not one but two team fights using their ultimate. And Blizzard was pretty vague on saying that they were looking at making some changes, but we didn't really have any direct information until this blog post, which says, in Season 3, we're going to be changing the timer on Annihilation so that it will tick down slower if enemies are in it. Previously, it paused the timer entirely, and adding a cap of 20 seconds. This is a pretty huge step forward to making Ramatra's ultimate not such a big deal in Overwatch. I mean, 20 seconds still sounds like a really long time, so we'll have to just kind of see where it goes. But it's at least significantly better than Infinite, I mean, by quite a big margin. And just getting more into what I think is going to happen as far as balancing goes, there was a comment that was made on the podcast that I found particularly interesting. One of the questions that SVB wanted to ask the developer was, with Season 3, we are not seeing a new hero, so how are you going to make it compelling for people going into it in spite of that? Which is a fair question, because as we all know, Overwatch has been having issues as far as feeling rewarding and feeling different goes, so not having a new hero is a pretty big deal going into Season 3. And the developer's response was, of course, vague, as it always is, but they said that they were going to get a little weird with it. They were going to do a bunch of things, and it's going to be a learning experience. And just as a point of clarity, that is exactly what they said. That is a quote. They said they are going to get weird. So I took that as a sense of we're going to see some more creative events, much like the Mount Olympus one that we had very recently, which they said they were going to do more things like that. But I also took it as a sense of they are going to make bigger balance changes. So I'll be sure to give you more on that as it comes out, but for now, that's what we have as far as balancing goes. If you aren't Grandmaster already, what are you waiting for? Season 3 is right around the corner, and GameLeap.com has tons of educational guides built by some of the top coaches in the game, designed specifically to help you soar up the ranks. Don't waste a second longer and come to GameLeap.com or follow the link in the description below to get your subscription today. Now, we do have some other interesting things. As we all know, a big talking point in the community has been skin prices and the lack of ability to earn a lot of the stuff that was already present and unlockable in Overwatch 1, as well as the sort of feeling of being scammed, having to pay hundreds of dollars for skins that were free in the game before. And their way of addressing this is to actually bring back the old Overwatch 1 credits. So just based off of what the devs said in the podcast and some of the things that we'll see when I go through this section here in the blog post, Overwatch 2 skins and future skins are still going to cost money. They're still going to be unlockable for free. Is that right? Unlockable? I guess the better term would be locked behind a paywall. That's what the new skins are going to be like. But all of those Overwatch 1 skins that were previously, as I said, unlockable by just playing and progressing, they are going to be once again able to be earned through the legacy credit system. So going into it, exactly what they've said here, they said in Season 3, we are bringing back Overwatch credits, which had previously shown as legacy credits and had been unearnable in Overwatch 2. Now, all players can earn up to 1,500 credits as free rewards and another 500 credits as premium rewards spread throughout the Season 3 Battle Pass. We are also adding more uses for credits so that you can choose from many potential rewards. Expanding upon this a little bit, they said we are making two related updates to our hero gallery. First, nearly all the epic and legendary skins prior to Overwatch 2 launch will always be available in the hero gallery for purchase with either Overwatch coins or credits. And this is going to include skins from the seasonal event modes so that you can pick up Witch Mercy or Surf and Splash Torb or Snowman Wrecking Ball any time of the year without waiting for the event to roll around. Honestly, me personally, you guys might not agree with this, but I think this is a bad change because it gave something for people to look forward to coming into Halloween and into, you know, Christmas and stuff like that. Especially for new players who join early on in the year and see the Witch Mercy skin and they're like, whoa, that's an awesome skin. I want to get that. I can't wait for Halloween to roll around. And they, you know, are willing to go and buy it when that time actually comes around. But I do suppose that that is a good change for the players. It's a quality of life change. I am looking forward to picking up a few skins that, especially from the Overwatch anniversary event, I don't have. The second thing that they said is that we are going to lower the standard price of these legendary skins to 1,500 coins or credits. So now my issue with this is that you can really only earn one legendary skin every season. I get that the company wants to make money, but this to me just screams out how much greed they really have when they've already limited it to only being Overwatch 1 skins. And there were 33, I believe, heroes in Overwatch 1. So that is a lot of skins that now you still really don't have a way of getting. Sorry, 32, but the point still stands. If you are already going to be limiting it to skins that had already came out during Overwatch 1, you might as well just make them a little easier to obtain. Even from a logical standpoint, I feel like that makes more sense as a business, because then people are going to eventually get all of the old skins and realize, you know, I want something different, and see the new skins and then go pay for it. But I guess that's too long-term thinking for them, because they very clearly have shown us that they just want to make money now. And speaking on that a little bit more, they also said that they don't really have any intentions to make the next battle pass earnable whenever you buy one. This is a pretty common thing that's present in other battle passes and other games. You're able to earn the premium credits. That way, when the next battle pass rolls around, you can use those credits to buy it. And their justification for this was saying that they don't want it to feel like you're stuck in a loop where you're just playing one battle pass to get the next, and so on and so forth. Which again, honestly, I feel like they should just call it like it is. They make more money when you buy it every single season. The last and really interesting thing I wanted to talk about is going to be the workshop mode. Now, it was very clear that they wanted to talk more about this, but they didn't have a chance to because I guess they had forgotten about it to the end of the stream. They essentially taught themselves in circles because they were asked about PVE and about how they were going to roll it out, and instead they gave sort of a non-answer that was very winded, if I might say. And just so you know what was said about that before I come back to the workshop, the question that was asked to them was, there have been talks about you rolling out PVE in a wave format, so, you know, releasing it bit by bit rather than all at the same time. What can you say about your plans for how you're going to release PvE, and is there any truth to those talks? That was essentially the question that they were asked. And they spent over 3 minutes straight saying that we want to talk more about it, but we can't. They could have just answered it right away, but they took a ton of time trying to circle the question. And just to be clear, I have nothing but respect for SVB. I think the interview was conducted very professionally, and it was, you know, very clearly structured. But I don't really know why the devs would let him include the fact that there was going to be PvE discussed if they couldn't talk about it. That doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, besides the point. One of the things that we can look forward to coming down the pipe, especially in Season 3, is the Workshop mode, which if you don't know, was the mode that allowed people to create a bunch of their own types of game modes. This ranged from things like aim trainers and, you know, scrim codes for people who are more competitive, and even had stuff to help you train your tracer pulse bombs, all kinds of stuff really, and also fun game modes like 12 hogs, 1 hole, and that kind of stuff. But it was a really good part about the custom games in Overwatch. I think it really added a lot of playability to the game, especially in queue times. And I am happy to hear that we are going to be getting it back in Season 3. And they said not only are we getting it back, but there are some good updates that are coming to the system. So just all in all, moving into Season 3, between the weird things that they were talking about, whether that's something that's not so interesting like a new game mode, or something very interesting like wide sweeping balance changes, and mixed with the workshop coming back where people are going to be able to build their own game modes and adjust maps how they like, I think we're going to see a lot of new ways to play Overwatch coming down the pipeline. I am very excited for Season 3, even though a lot of the stuff that I want answered was, you know, very vague. We at least definitely have some new content coming and some new things that we can actually play that go outside of the realm of just skins, and they are actively working to improve their monetization model, and I'm very much looking forward to what the community thinks. In any case, that is all for today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more educational news, content, as well as guides, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care and peace. If you aren't Grandmaster already, what are you waiting for? Season 3 is right around the corner, and GameLeap.com has tons of educational guides built by some of the top coaches in the game, designed specifically to help you soar up the ranks. Don't waste a second longer and come to GameLeap.com or follow the link in the description below to get your subscription today.